Mark Rusz was a dominant wrestler at St. Charles High School, where he posted a career record of 213-4 for the Bulldogs between the years of 1994 and 1998.
By the time he was ready for competition, he was chomping at the bit and was pretty accomplished.
There was never any question that he was going to be an outstanding wrestler because he focused, he paid attention, he learned what he needed to learn, and then he took it beyond that.
You aren't going to find a tougher athlete in St. Charles, at least the last 40 years that I know about anyway.
He was by far the worst manager we ever had, because he was mostly interested in sneaking onto the mat with the varsity lightweights and sparring with them.
You know, he's a practical joker of sorts, but and always had a good time, was always relaxed.
Rusz was a three-time state champion wrestler at the 103, 112, and 119-pound weight divisions, and was a runner-up as a freshman at 100 pounds.
He had a disappointing loss as a freshman in the state finals. He lost a close 2-1 decision to a wrestler he had beaten 2 weeks before in the regionals, and I think that really motivated him. He did not want to blow it again.
He pushed himself, he worked hard, he was runner-up as a freshman in the state at 100 pounds and was a state champ at 103, then the following year at 112, and then the following year at 119.
He felt very relieved when he finally won the state championship. He went 55-0 that year and really dominated in the finals, winning 15-1.
He was a three-time All-State Dream Team selection, best at his weight in all school divisions by the Michigan Wrestling News. Rusz set a national record with 167 career falls, including pins and technical falls. He set school records with 213 career wins and 56 season wins, plus 123 consecutive wins, 45 season pins, and career pins 140.
You know, frankly, he set a lot of records that were nice at the time, but wrestling went to an expanded format with wrestlers getting in a few more matches than they used to. So I think all of his records have been broken at the state and national level.
Rusz was in the top 10 nationally in several statistical categories. He pinned all opponents in district, regional, and finals competitions in 1998 without giving up a single point. He was named by USA Wrestling Magazine as Most Outstanding Wrestler in Michigan and ranked among the top 10 wrestlers in the nation at 119 pounds.
When he got into the bigger meets and he went over to New Lothrop and was able to wrestle in the big tournaments and wrestle the best there was at every weight, or at every classification statewide, he got into some matches where he got to work on technique a little bit because they weren't over in 15, 30 seconds. He won the vast majority of them.
A four-time conference, district, and regional champion, Rusz was also a four-time Saginaw County champion, winning all matches in each tournament by pin or technical fall without being scored upon.
He was able to affect his teammates in a real positive way. The younger wrestlers on the team and also his workout partners ended up winning quite a few state medals.
Additionally, he played quarterback for the Bulldogs football team, throwing for 1,260 yards as a senior.
Played quarterback for him, he did an excellent job.
I don't think he was overly big-time fast, but he had these other natural skills that when you watched him, you think, how the heck did he get out of that?
Because he was smart, and he was tough. He was tough, and his teammates appreciated his toughness, but at 5'5", 125, I believe is what he was when he was a senior for me.
In a win over Freeland, he completed 17 of 26 passes for 280 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Threw 5 touchdowns, 280 yards one game, so he was an athlete.
From middle school on, he played 3 sports, whatever was in season, and then during the off season, he would water ski and hunt and fish, and he was just always very active and interested in a whole lot of different sports.
Rusz was a 2-year starter for the St. Charles varsity baseball team.
As I said, he's a person who was involved in 3 sports year-round. He also had managed to find time to goof off more than his share.
He went on to wrestle 4 years at Central Michigan University, 1998 through 2003. At the 2000 East Regional Olympic Trials for freestyle wrestling, Rusz was a medalist, finishing fourth.
Excellent student, very personable young guy. I mean, he was very likable. He wasn't, hey, watch me, guys. I'll show you what to do, and I'm the best.
In fact, I got a call one day from some area coaches, and they asked me, told me that they had a big clinic coming up. They wanted the very best coaches available in Central Michigan, and of course, I thought they were talking about me. So I grabbed my calendar and as I had the phone up to one ear, and I was trying to look and see if I had those dates available. So the person went on, and he says, "So we'd really appreciate it, Coach Rusz, if you would ask your son Mark if he'd work the clinic."
Dad has a sense of humor, and Mark inherited that sense of humor. He just a lot of fun to be around, and he knew when to be serious. He knew when to work hard, but he wasn't afraid to crack a joke.
To us, he's just Mark, and we come from the type of family that I don't know. You could become president of the United States, and you'd still just be Mark.